Hey YouTube, Wallace here. I wanted to take a minute and redo a video that I had done when I originally put together this channel on YouTube a few years ago. I think I started this back in 2011. I never really did much with it. It was just at a point where I wanted to try a few things and none of it really panned out, and equipment wise I wasn't able to do what I wanted and so on. But one of the videos that I had put when I first started this, back at the time when I was really awkward about standing alone in a room and talking in front of a camera and whatnot, I put together a video for kids and possibly even adults who are dealing with bullies. Uh, Working in a public school, I get to see firsthand that every effort is being made to address the issue. I see what's going on, but I still see kids taking it very hard and going through some stuff that they shouldn't have to go through. And so I'll take a minute and share with you the fact that when I was a kid, when I was in middle school and in later years, I did get bullied quite a bit. The middle school stuff was really, it was just people talking about me. And that's not, as an adult, I'm 45 years old now. And when I look back on it, at the time, it seemed like the biggest thing in the world, but now, not so much. It's not really that big of a deal because I've learned in my years since then that people will talk about you for your entire life. Honestly, the best advice that I can give kids when people are talking bad about them is to just try to say, the fact is that for every person out there who hates you for no reason, there's also somebody out there that doesn't need a reason to like you. They're just going to like you anyway just because of who you are, without actually sitting down and thinking, why do I like this person? They don't do that. They just like you. So understand that it kind of evens out, and as you get older, you'll start to realize these things. It's not as much as what it seems like at your age. And I know that it's hard, when you're a kid, especially in middle school, you've only got a few years of life experience to base your decisions on. And so things are not always easy, but understand that people will talk about you your whole life. The people that don't like you are going to talk about you no matter what you do anyway. And then you get into the whole issue of cyberbullying. This is something, obviously, at my age, when I was a kid, we didn't have to deal with that. It was really just people talk bad about you, and sometimes they'd write bad things about you on notes and then pass it around. You'd be the only one in the room that didn't see it. That's no big deal, okay? As far as the cyberbullying goes, kids get very wrapped up, and in our society today, adults should be able to understand the way that kids can have a digital identity that they feel this strong connection to. They feel that that is who they are, just the same as adults do. Adults develop these online personalities, and they tend to start to believe that that's who they are as well. And that's why they feel this need to respond when someone says something bad about them. They feel that they have to reply. Kids do the same thing. They feel that they have to reply. They feel like they have to read this stuff that people write about them. To be honest, there have been people during my experience on the internet, people who talked very well about me. They said some wonderful things about me. There are other people that say terrible things about me, and everything in between. If it really bothers you when people say things about you online, don't read it, and use that as you're taking the high ground. I don't really have to read this. I don't need to be a part of it, and then you can move on. Physical violence is at a whole different level as far as bullying goes, because they're hurting you physically. Now, to me, with my life experience and looking at things the way that I do, that is the real bullying. That's the roughest bullying, because they're injuring a person physically. I understand the toll that it does take on the mind. Believe me, I lived it. I mean, some of the worst things that a person could say about another person have been said about me to my face. Even from as young an age as 11 and 12, people said some horrible things to me. But because of my experiences later on with actual physical violence, between the two, I would much rather people talk bad about me, say bad things to me, because I can lay down at night and I know who I am, and I don't care what other people say or think about me, because it doesn't change the fact of the matter of who I am and what makes me me. The physical violence, report it, report it, report it. And the same thing's going to go for the cyberbullying. Report it to the schools. They take it so much more seriously now than they did when I was in school. A lot of the bullying that I went through, everything from the rumors and the people talking about me and the people saying bad things, all the way through the physical violence, the schools didn't do anything. There was practically no punishment at all. Now there would be punishment like crazy. There would be expulsions. There would be something would be done because the schools are trying very hard to get this stuff under control. So report everything. From my heart, I want you to know if you're out there and you're going through bullying, I want you to understand one thing. If you take nothing else from this video, I want you to understand this one point. It ends. It ends because eventually your bully either moves on or they grow up. And I know it's hard sometimes to think of having to wait that long, but if you can wait and get past that point, the bullying stops. The people will find something else to do, and especially if they can grow up. The most important thing that you can do for yourself to get yourself through this is to surround yourself with like-minded friends. Obviously, as a martial arts instructor, I would recommend you sign up in a martial arts class, but it doesn't have to be a martial arts class. It can be anything. You could join a chess club. You can join a book club. You can just be a part of any group. The student council is a wonderful thing where you get surrounded by people who are like-minded and they don't want to be a part of the other stuff. The more that you can build those connections with people who want to approach things differently from that other crowd that is into praising stupidity and building up people who like to tear other people down, you can stay away from those people and get around the people that share interests with you. You're going to have a support structure. You'll be able to tell them, man, this guy's driving me nuts. I wish he would just stop. Maybe somebody in your support structure, let's go down to the principal's office together. Let's get this settled. Okay, so you got to get that support structure. There is someone in your school somewhere who has the same interests that you have. And above all, understand that teachers really do care. You know, we get frustrated. We work long hours. We've got a million things going on. We have a lot of students that we have in our classes every day. But that doesn't mean that we don't care about each and every single individual in our classrooms. We care. And if you feel like you've got nobody else to go to one of your teachers, because we will listen and we'll make time for you. That's what I have to say about bullying this week. I hope that some of this means something to you. If you're being bullied, tell someone, let somebody know what's going on so that you can get past this. And like I said, when the bully grows up, the bullying is going to end and you won't have to deal with it anymore. So I appreciate you guys watching. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there.